Hello!
Hey everyone!
We hope you're doing well.
Welcome to Live. We're not sure if we're streaming on LinkedIn, but please let us know if you're on LinkedIn watching. If you actually can hear us, that would be great. Now, if we don't hear from anyone on LinkedIn, we'll just assume that you can't hear us. And I put some comments. We're over on LinkedIn at the event. I put, please join us at LinkedIn.com. And I will continue to put that in the comments because that's just what you do when things happen when you're live.
That's right. Or you just dance.
Read it.
You just dance. Yes, it's you talk loud enough so everybody can hear us. All right. Well, it's so great to be with you again, Upkey fam. I am Brian Shulman, founder and CEO of Voice Your Vibe.
And I am Nancy Barrows, and I am the Chief Engagement Officer at Voice Your Vibe. And today we're excited to get together, and we're proud and honored
that too,
to organize this free online series entitled "How to Find Your Voice: Introduction to Self-Branding." Okay, I'm going to stop worrying about whether or not it's on LinkedIn and focus on who's here.
Yes,
I'm looking off to the side, and that's not helpful.
Yes, and that's okay. So we're gonna check our comments real quick here just to see if we can see anybody else coming in outside of LinkedIn, and it doesn't look like we are. So
even know LinkedIn.
Mariella says yes, we can see you.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. So maybe it did.
Yay!
Maybe it course corrected. Thank you, LinkedIn Live, for course correcting yourself. We appreciate that.
Yeah, it looks like you've got your screen too small. I can't see people's names. You're gonna have to fix that.
That's all right. We're gonna just go with the flow and do what we can with what we've got here. All right, Nancy, Deborah, and I are so happy to be with each and every one of you. We are closing off this incredible series. Yes, thank you so much. And we're excited to be here with you tonight to close out this incredible series. And you've had the opportunity to learn from experts in the field with the live stream that we kicked it off with, hosted by myself and Nancy Deborah here. And we talked about how you should go about building your brand online, why it matters, and any questions that you had as we got things started.
And once you finish the courses, if you haven't already, you'll get a certificate of completion. And tonight, after the live stream, you will also be eligible to go get another certificate that you were here with us for this presentation, which is the closeout of the course, which is there on upkey.com. It's a free online learning opportunity. So check it out. If you're joining us, you just happened upon us. That's why we're here. We're closing that out. Not that it won't still be available at upkey.com, but it's been up there for a few weeks. And Brian and I wanted to be able to answer any questions that came up. We felt like, okay, a video learning experience is great, but we've both been there. You have a question. Who do you ask it to? Yeah, how do you get an answer? So that's what we wanted to include as part of this series, is some on live time, so people could put their questions and comments, or we can answer the questions that were posed to Upkey as people were taking the course.
Yes, absolutely. So now, if you haven't taken the courses yet, they're awesome because they're mini courses. Literally, the longest course is about 15 minutes. Which makes it really palatable. You can consume a lot of great information very quickly. What courses were you able to take? Well, knowing your why, how to find your voice and make an impact through video, why personal content engagement are most powerful self-branding tools.
And Ready, Set, Burnout. That was with Usama Bashir. Mistakes you have to make in building your personal brand with Brian Schulman and myself. There you go.
Yes.
And you as a brand. Building around what matters most to you with Gerald Doyle. So hopefully you were able to catch at least a few of those. If not, you're just excited to do that as soon as you have the chance. And here we are tonight, and we are going to answer some questions. We're going to check into those comments, say hi to everyone first. Then we had some questions that you did submit prior to the live stream for to Upkey to hand to us so that we could answer those tonight. But please feel free, as we're talking this evening, if you have a question, just throw it in the chat. We're going to do our best to get to all the questions tonight live.
Yeah, and we appreciate each and every one of you. That is, yes, Tim Stone, course correcting. Exactly. Yes, you're paying attention. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. That's right. We were social distancing. We are live on LinkedIn. Fantastic. Thank you, Beatrix. We so appreciate your feedback. Wonderful. Thank you. So glad that now you can see us and hear us as well. Mariella, thank you for letting us know. Yes, you're all wonderful. And we so appreciate the feedback from each and one of you. So
this one back, please. This person's.
Yes.
Can you let us know how to pronounce your name? Well, we'll take a chance at it here.
Ithabelli.
Yeah, but we also want to honor that your name probably is said a certain way. Yes. And we don't want to mess that up. But we're really happy you're here. So we're going to take the opportunity to ask you to clarify so that we are able to greet you properly.
Yes, absolutely. Now, the other thing we're going to do, as Nancy Deborah shared, is we're going to answer a bunch of questions that you submitted through your taking of the courses. We got some incredible feedback from all of you around the world that, around the world that took these awesome courses that we just spoke about with you. And we're excited for all the questions and feedback that you shared. So we're going to
show them what you get.
Show them what they get, Bob. All right. So we have a couple questions. I'm going to address these for you online. If you have questions for us as well, you can ask those in the comments and we will get to them as quickly as possible. So we appreciate you and we appreciate your patience. All right. Let's get all the music playing. Let's get some questions going and let's kick this off here. All right. Our first question was actually similar from, doesn't work that way. Similar from many of you. Dennis, Mina, and Alani asked, why is building a personal brand important? And why should they focus on that? Why is building a personal brand important and why should they focus on that? Nancy Deborah, why don't you answer that?
Well, building a personal brand is important because you've probably heard some of the videos or will, if you haven't watched them yet. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. So it is important that you build a personal brand, right? That is, if you're building a business, that's great. It's going to have its own branding, but you are part of the branding. And if people don't know, like, trust you, it's likely they are not going to connect with you and therefore not wanting to do business with you. So a personal brand is really an important step in letting people know who you are and attracting like-minded people who want to work with you, right? We want to work with people that we can relate to. We know we have things in common with that, I think I said this in the opening live, that when you're walking out of the house and your kid won't put their shoes on and the cat throws up, that you can look at them and tell them that, and they'll go, "Oh, totally get it." Right? Ryan, and what do you want to add? I know you probably have a lot.
Yeah, well, listen, building a personal brand is something that happens naturally, believe it or not. And it happens when you just show up and you just be you, because you are the personal in personal branding. Yes, it's kind of clever, isn't it? And why you should focus on that. There really isn't. I don't want you to get caught up in what you need to focus on, more so in the fact that it's about showing up and being you and sharing you. So Dennis, Mina, Alani, why is building a personal brand important? Because it helps people get to know you, get to like you, and get to trust you, as Nancy Debra shared. And that is one of the most important parts, because when you are going for a job, people want to know who they're going to work with. They want to trust who they're going to work with. They want to like the people they're going to work with. Yes?
Well, and I was going to say, you're more than your resume. So you're going to submit a resume, but if somebody's had I'm 99.9% sure that prospective employers check social media. They want to see who you are. They want to see who you are outside of the office and what else you've done. And so you get a leg up. If you submit a resume, but then your prospective employer can go look and find out what you're about and who you are as a person, you stand out.
That's right. You absolutely do. All right, we're going to get to our second question here, which comes from Reese. And Reese asks, what should a student post on their LinkedIn? Well, Reese, that's a great question. What should a student post on their LinkedIn? Nancy Debra, you want to kick this off again?
Sure, why not? So if I were to ask you, what are 5 things that you really love or really enjoy, or it doesn't have to be like, oh, my 5 most favorite things. We're not racking our brains that hard, but think about 5 things you like, you're interested in, you enjoy. You have 5 things to post around, right? When I was building my brand, I never would have included a gray cat. However, my gray cat loves to walk through live streams with her tail under my nose. Can someone help me with this? With her tail under my nose. And it's gotten to the point where people ask about the little gray cat. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's going to speak louder. We'll make sure she's a speech pathologist. She likes to whisper.
Well, I use my voice all day, but I will be mindful that it's hard to hear me. So what I was saying is, there are things that you might not think to build into your personal brand, but become part of your personal brand because they're part of you and they're part of your life and they're part of your everyday. My gray cat likes to walk by when I'm live and put her tail under my nose, and you just keep going. And it's gotten to the point where people ask about her. Where's little gray cat? I have actually found filters on SnapCam that work on animals, so she can have her filters. She can wear sunglasses, a tiara, the whole thing. But what is there to post? You post you. Personal content, which is different than private content, is one of your most powerful tools on social media. Yes, Beatrix, show up. And yes, Radiating Real. Radiating Real is all about showing up as you, who you are, not wearing that mask. Now, I know people are sometimes afraid that they'll post something that's not right, or that somebody won't like or will look at later. And the reality is, you're a good judge of that. You know what you're comfortable sharing. And typically that's going to be what people are comfortable receiving. And when we're talking about sharing this personal content, if I was to ask you all to put in the comments one of those 5 things, something that you really enjoy, you look forward to doing, something that you do regularly, go ahead and do that.
Yes, do it now.
Do it now, because once you have done that, bravo, you have now shared personal content. Personal content doesn't have to be your deepest, darkest secrets. It actually shouldn't be. That's where you start to make people uncomfortable. But personal content is about you, your world around you, and who you are as a human.
Yes, very good. So when you ask that question, what should a student post, as Reese shared, what should a student post on their LinkedIn? The answer is you. You should post things that help people get to know more about you. We had asked you to actually take a screenshot during our first live and share something with that. What did you learn? What were you excited about? Anything that was related to the time that we spent together. that shared an example of one of the things that you can do, right? Shining your light on others, sharing experiences is really what it's all about, right?
Right.
LinkedIn is a community. Okay. It is.
Genuine, authentic, relatable.
That's right. That's right. So if you're sitting in your head, I mean, it's very easy to question, should I post this? Should I post that? This isn't Facebook, or why am I going to talk about my cats? Or, well, remember, on the surface, it's not just about this being a digital resume. LinkedIn was known for being a digital resume and a place to look for a job. However, it is a place to show up, to be you, to be real, to share content, and to help people get to know who. Yes, speech whisperer, Tim. That's right. It is a it is a place for people to help get to know more about you, and you will be blown away how you can build incredible relationships with people without ever actually physically communicating, picking up the phone. Yes.
No, Tim is a perfect example of it.
Tim is a perfect example of that. Tim was showing up, talking about business all the time. And he realized that by showing up and sharing nature, which is something that he loves, by showing up and sharing things about his kids, by showing up and sharing things that he loves, he would find that there were so many other people that could relate to that, loved, had things in common with, right? And that's what it's really all about, because those things that you share that you find that you never knew other people had in common with you, had the same like of something, it's the beginning of a relationship.
Share something that inspires you.
Yes,
or
absolutely.
that inspired you. Just give credit to where you saw it and who did it, and shine the light on them and let people know.
That's right.
Okay, here's some radiating real.
Yes, real, radiate loud. Yes.
I am of the age where I experience my own personal climate changes.
Yes, Nancy Deborah is
right now.
Can you see her changing colors? Her climate is changing right here.
Okay. Global warming happening right here.
There you go. All right. So fantastic question shared, Reese. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right. So we've got more. And as we're sharing these questions, if you have questions that you want to ask, you can share those in the comments. We will address them for you as we are here together. All right. Maria. No, we already didn't talk about Maria yet. Natalia. Yeah, this is Natalia. Wonderful. All right, so Natalia asks, I don't know what to start posting on LinkedIn, and if it's going to help me get a job. I don't want to post something that might deter future employers. Yes. It'd be good if we were back as well. So there we go. Yes. So that's a great question. We're going to pull it up here on a banner as well so that we can come back to it and see.
So you don't know where to start. Will it help you get a job? And what don't you want? So we adjusted a little bit in the prior question. However, what I will add is, like, from a personal standpoint, I am the Chief Engagement Officer at Voice Your Vibe.
It's true story.
Right. I'm known as the Queen of Engagement and one of LinkedIn's top 50 most impactful people. Well, for me, right, that's my brand. That's what I'm offering people, like this expertise and engagement and building community and all of that, and a lot of other things. We'll get into us later, check out the tool belt and all that stuff. But if I'm talking about engagement, what's something I can post about? Well, I can engage. I can engage on other people's posts. I can put content up, ideas, quotes, videos of things that are happening, right? And ask people like, hey, what do you think? Or tell us in the comments. So when somebody's coming along looking to hire someone to work with them and build their LinkedIn presence and grow their community, they see what I'm doing and they go, well, okay. She's somebody I'd want to talk to about this. Look at what she's doing. I'm a product of the process. So no matter what you're doing, right, there are ways to let people know what you're looking for and what your talents are and what your skills are without having to say, hey, I'm looking for a job in.
Yeah. Now, here's this. We're going to flip-flop this, and I want you to think about this from a completely different perspective, okay? I don't know what to start posting about on LinkedIn and if it's going to help me get a job. I don't want to necessarily post something that that might make future employees go, yeah, I'm not quite sure about that Nancy Dever person and her climate changes. I don't know how we feel about that. Well,
it's relatable.
It's relatable. It is relatable and glowing like this. But what I would say is one of the most impactful ways that you can start, I'm going to take the word posting and say showing up instead. One of the most impactful ways that you can show up is in the community. In the community. Louis says, this is a good time to acclimate all the workplaces to work.
So you're shining the light on the places, right? Or attracting them by doing what we're talking about. Yes, you're right. That's what we're doing.
Yes, you are yes, steal away. Steal away, please. Absolutely. And thank you for the feedback.
Yeah.
So what I was starting to say was the impact, the powerful impact of showing up in the comments, showing up and engaging on other people's posts. Right now, you may say, hey, these are different companies. These are potential different employers that I would love to start working for. You can go and start looking at the different people at those employers, the executives, your potential colleagues. Start following them on LinkedIn. Start going to their posts. Start engaging in their posts. Place thoughtful comments based on what they're sharing. Maybe it's a live stream. Maybe it's a video. Maybe it's a text-based post. Maybe it's an image with a text-based post. Whatever it is that they are posting, you are purposely showing up and engaging on their posts. Now, by doing that and by showing up consistently, they will start to see you. They will start to go, who is this Nancy Dever that keeps showing up in my posts and commenting? They're going to want to get to know more about who you are. You have piqued their curiosity to want to engage, to want to learn more. So what I would say is, number one, find those companies that you're interested in working for, those future employers, okay? Number two, you have a question. Yes.
It's actually, okay, I'll phrase it as a question.
Yes.
It wasn't a question. So I can find all these people, right, that fit into that category. I found 100 of them.
Yes.
Should we be contacting them? Hey, Denise, should we be starting everywhere at once?
Should be contacting them?
Well, like, should we be engaging? Should we be making that contact? I shouldn't say, because that's a different thing on LinkedIn. But yeah. Should we be engaging with everyone we find all at once?
I think the important thing is, you're going to have an idea of companies that you're interested in. Companies sit there and go, I would love to wake up tomorrow and go work for this company, this brand. And so by making that list, I would recommend actually go for the executives. That's right, Tim. Comments are content too. Hi, Denise. Good to have you with us. So by making a list of your companies helps you get a little more strategic and narrow in your focus, right? You make a list of your companies. You then make a list of those executives of those companies. You see if they're actually creating content. You go and engage on their content. You like and you comment. They will then start to check who you are out. And then, again, you can start to create content as well. And you will find out that building community is one of your most strategic and important options that you can do. As Tim shares, comments are content too. Yes.
What I was going to say is one of the mistakes people often make, and this is in one of
the
courses.
Mistakes.
There are no mistakes. We went through this. There are no mistakes. The only mistake you make is the mistake you don't make because you're afraid of making a mistake.
That's right.
But you have your list. Don't try and do it all at once. We have a tendency when we start to take on too much. It's a mistake, quote unquote, that you're going to make. When you want to be thoughtful and consistent, be careful to take on the amount that you can keep up with, right? Making one comment on 100 different people's posts isn't as powerful as saying, okay, for this week, this month, whatever your goal is, I'm going to keep watching these people, this handful of people, so that I can comment thoughtfully and engage with other people who are also engaging on the post. And I think that's really important. We have a tendency to definitely...
Shout out to Amir, by the way, who's not here right now.
Hey, and you know what? Okay, what I love is there have been a million quote unquote mistakes, but they're not mistakes because you learn and move forward. So you've seen us think we're not live. We put on the wrong names. We have fumbled through our own names.
I want to give thanks to our Upkey fam for giving us producer controls that we were working on prior to today's
two global award-winning shows live every week, and we know what we're doing. We're professionals. We're professionals. We haven't been able to say our own names. We haven't been able to, speak, but
that's right.
We're here, and that's what matters. And
that is what matters. Yes. What matters?
It matters that you show up.
That's right.
It matters that you show up and you're you.
Yes.
Show up and you're you.
Yes, that's the most important thing you can do is just show up and be you. It's you they're going to fall in love with.
How did I end up being the chief engagement officer? Why don't we tell that story?
I have no idea how that happened.
You have no idea?
Yeah, you showed up and you wouldn't go away.
That's pretty much.
Yes, become a stalker like Nancy Deborah. And...
Oh, okay. Now, maybe that's not the personal content I want out on LinkedIn. So I'm going to tell you the story in a little different way. So the truth is, yes, when I got on LinkedIn, I was introduced to Brian through a mutual friend and brought onto one of his shows. I believe it was Shout Out Saturday was the first one.
Very likely, yes.
And I loved it. It was great. So the next week I was like, okay, I'm going to show up again by myself, feeling really nervous, but I'm going to do it. I can do this. And I did it again. And I did it a few times and realized that I really enjoyed it. And I loved the community that was there. And so I offered, in this case, to give back because Tim was producing the show at the time. Brian, of course, was doing his thing. And you were giving me so much support and mentoring me, right? And I was learning from Tim. I took his course. And so I wanted to offer something back. So I offered to be in the green room. And
she offered to help in any way she possibly could.
Right, basically.
Is really what it came down to. She's like, I'll hang out back here.
Tell me what you need. And what my natural tendency was to
stalk
engage
other people.
No, it was to engage and talk to people and find out about them. And when they came back the next week, find out how that thing was. How was the birthday party? How was the soccer game? And it was all from showing up as I am, right? There was nothing, no agenda, nothing. Oh, that's right. So that's another great show. And we were talking about Tim earlier. He's got a great live show as well. There was no agenda. There was nothing I was looking for other than the community, right? That was it. I'm ready. What?
That's just Louise is sharing. Yeah, mumbling. Yeah.
Well, I'm reading. I'm sorry.
Yes. The woman spends every day as a speech pathologist, and when she's not speech pathologing, she loves to whisper. Yes, I like whispering too.
I speak all day I spend a lot of my day speaking for myself and my communication partner.
Yes.
It's something that after a while, but
yes.
Back to what we were talking about.
Yes, let's get back to that.
Back to that.
Very serious Nancy Deborah show.
Yeah. Do I know how to do that?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks. That hurt.
Good job. Don't hurt yourself.
I want to do that again.
Okay.
Reminder, if you're just joining us, we are live. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And we're talking about how to find your voice, an introduction to self-branding, which was is still available at upkey.com, a free online course, learning opportunity.
Yes.
It's a series of smaller mini courses. So you don't have to commit a ton of time. The longest one is about 15 minutes. And there is information about branding and just some beginning steps that are digestible and not overwhelming.
Yes.
And we're here because after collaborating with Upkey to create the courses and create the series, we thought, well, video is a great way of learning.
Yes.
But I know when I've done video learning before, I have questions or I'm inspired and I just want to actually meet the person or be able to have questions answered. So part of it was to do an opening live and then I guess we're calling it a closing live, but the course will still be available. It's like opening
closing ceremonies.
Yes, we have the
Olympics. Yes, welcome to the Upkey Olympics. Yep, this is the inaugural Upkey Olympics here. There you go.
Right. Got a comment.
We do. We have a comment. Somebody wants to be a part of the Olympics.
Oh,
it's Louise.
Smiling. Thank you.
Wonderful. If you have questions, feel free to interrupt and let us know in the comments. We'll be happy to address those questions for you. This series was all about how to find your voice and really an introduction to self-branding. And branding is one of those things that you sit there and you scratch your head, especially when it's related to personal branding, and go, how do I do that? Especially if you're someone that's graduating college, or maybe you're continuing education, or you're looking for a job, you're trying to figure out, how do I make this work for me? How do I show up? What do I talk about? How do I
How do I do this?
Yeah, how do I do this
How do I
thing?
do this?
Right. So we have addressed a couple questions so far. What should a student post on their LinkedIn? That was one that came up. Why is that one not in here actually? I don't think I actually stuck it in there yet. That's interesting.
Okay, we're working on the fly here.
Yeah, no. Welcome to live streaming, where all your dreams come true. That first one that we did was, why is building a personal brand important, and why should they focus on that? So we addressed that. For those of you that didn't hear us, you are the personal brand. You are the personal in branding. Okay, and what it's important to realize, and I realized this myself when I started showing up, was when you start showing up, people have their own perception about what your personal brand is. You have your own perception about what your personal brand is. Right? You can only control so much. The thing is, you can control showing up. And by showing up and by being you, your personal brand establishes itself. Yes, you can create your own branding, right? As you see, lots of things behind it. You create your own branding. And you create your own messaging. But when you show up and when you are you, that is truly the personal brand. All right. So why is building a personal brand important, and why should you focus on that?
It's the basis for everything. It's the foundation, really.
It is the foundation, right? When you walk into an organization, you hand someone your resume, they're checking you out. They want to know what your background is, who you are, what's your history, what you've accomplished. The same thing is digitally what happens when you show up. You are building that personal brand. And the key in personal is to help people get to know more about who you are. And then we'll talk about more of this, because a lot of times people think, well, okay, I need to show up and just talk about business all the time, and that'll help people get to know who I am, because it's
hey, I'm out in the world.
Hey,
and I run into someone new.
Yes.
Or
shout out to all of you that are getting back out in the world in this global pandemic. Stay safe,
Be
please.
Safe. And I walk up to someone and I say, hi, I'm Nancy Barrows. I'm the chick with the tool belt. And what I do is I help people on LinkedIn and other social media to get seen, heard, and really build a robust community and pipeline for business. What we do is, and I start telling them about the program, right? It's weird. It's weird and uncomfortable, and it makes people feel like you're weird, and you make them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so really what we're telling you is it's about human to human first, heart to heart, right? Showing up as a person.
That's right.
Not starting with a sell. Don't start with your sell. Please do not start with your sale. I will tell you that I get connects all the time that are like, oh, I looked at you, very generic. I looked at your profile and I think I could help you. And here's the sales pitch. Here's the sales pitch. Not even a hi, hope you are well.
Right. Not hi, I want to work for your company. You should hire me. That's not how it happens. And when it comes to trying to get a job, the last thing you want to do is reach out to a potential employer and just say, I'm someone you should hire. You want to pique their curiosity and want to engage, right? And that's what we're talking about, is help people get to know more about who you are, so that you're actually shortening that cycle that takes place in an interview process.
Yes. We're reviewing, I realized, question 1, and we haven't gotten through all the questions, but there's one on the screen that's really important.
Yes. Mariella says, how do you manage to like or comment to all your contacts when they post, when you're so popular? Yeah. What?
No, I was going to say, one of the things that I tell people, and you tell people as well, is it's not necessarily when, but that you do. So give yourself the grace to take the time, because you do want to respond thoughtfully. You know, there's times that I post things and I say, okay, I'm going to do 5 a day, if that's what it is. I forgot what the question was, because you took
I'm not sure what you're talking about. So I'm just.
How do you manage to like a comment? So you go through, you do a little at a time.
Yes.
But one of the most important things is, if you have been showing up as yourself, people know your heart. People know who you are and where you're at.
That's right.
And they'll understand if you don't get back to everyone every time.
Yes. So I think the most important thing about what you're sharing is it's very easy for us to want to engage and comment right when it happens, right? Someone sends you a message. Someone has as a comment. Someone sends you a voice or video message through LinkedIn or whatever platform you're on. it's not about how fast you get back to someone, how quickly you engage. It's that you do engage, right? It's making sure that people know that they are seen and heard and valued. And the fact that someone takes the time, right? This is actually really important. The fact that someone takes the time to engage, you reciprocating that is really important.
Thoughtful response.
Yes.
You know, what I will sometimes do is one of two things to start. I will go through and like a bunch or try and like everyone's. And then I put a comment there myself. You're so welcome. I try to put a comment there myself that thanks everyone for their comments and let them know that I've seen them, appreciate them, and value them, and that I will be getting back to people and thank them for the grace they're giving me and the time it's taking me. As simple as that.
Amir is here again, but not here again. That's me. Sorry.
Okay, we're gonna take the controls away from you. At some point.
No. Everything's under control. It's
under
okay.
Control.
No need to take the controls away. It's all under control.
Hopefully, Mariella, that answered your question a little bit. The other thing is to remind yourself, like if you step away, because this is another thing that I hear from people a lot, clients a lot. Let's say you step away. You weren't on all weekend, or you weren't feeling well, or you went on vacation, and you come back and you're overwhelmed by the number of notifications you have from people who, have commented on your stuff, posted, tagged you, whatever it was. Give yourself grace. Sometimes the best way to go backwards is just to go forwards. You can acknowledge, you can slowly go through them if you have the time, or you could acknowledge, right? Thank you to everyone who commented, posted, tagged me while I was off. It's so good to be back. I think I did a post once that was about the fact that it can be overwhelming. And again, if people know your heart, they know that you would like to, but sometimes it's hard and you can't. And that's okay. It is okay. Because if you've been consistent before and you can let your tribe, your community know, like, hey, stepped away, saw all the love you were giving me while I was gone. Thank you so much. I appreciate and love you all.
Yes.
Make people feel seen, heard, and valued.
Yes, absolutely. And the other thing, don't feel bad either. If you have this is one of the things that I've done over the years, where I'll have we're sharing secrets. Come a little closer.
Wait, are you sure?
Secrets.
I think they can handle it.
Okay. All right. So I have comments, strip line comments, if you will, that I'll have in a note. And I will go and copy paste those, and I will make sure I'll have it, and it'll say, it'll give me space so I can put someone's name there. So it'll be space. Thank you. So exactly what Nancy Deborah just shared. What did you just say? Thank you so much. So appreciate you. So happy that you were here. Your comment to me is so meaningful, right? So appreciate your time. And I would leave a space in between that so I can tag that person and let them know that. And yes, I've used it many times. It's not about that. Right. It's the impact of that. It helps you save some time. It's a very meaningful comment. Right. And it lets that person know that they're seen, they're heard, and they're valued. OK, so the point we're trying to make here is the impact of showing up in the comments, the impact of engagement. OK, Nancy Deborah is known as the Queen Engagement. Forbes called me the King of Community. Engagement is the one most important thing that you can do on any social platform, because it shows others that you are not about you. You're about shining the light on others. All right. So we talked about Dennis, Mina, and Alani, the question they had about building a personal brand, why it's important, why you should focus on that. We talked about what should a student post on their LinkedIn. We did talk about it, didn't we?
We did. We talked about post you.
Yes. Post you.
Post you.
Hashtag
post
you
post
too.
Y-O-U,
Hashtag
all capital. There you
post
go.
You. Yes.
Post you.
That's right.
That's what people are interested in.
Yes. So we talked about that, and what should you post about? You post about those things that you're interested in, that you're excited about, that you're passionate about.
Things that you can engage genuinely, authentically, and with some excitement about with anyone who engages in your post. Right?
Yeah,
you put
absolutely.
something up there about knitting, and people are like, oh my gosh, I love knitting.
That's true.
You can easily engage with all of those people, and you start knowing you have something in common.
Yes, and Nancy Deborah talked about her gray cat that walks across her lap on the screen, sits there and literally will sit on her arms so she can't do anything.
Like T-Rex.
Well, yes, T-Rex. Will literally click on buttons on the screen and will be commenting in the comments because she's sitting on the keyboard. This is real life. Right? It's real life. You've noticed during the pandemic, things like that will happen as well. Lawyer shows up with a cat face and can't get it off Zoom. Shout out to our friends at Zoom. These are things that happen, right? It's real. It's relatable.
And I think we were recently on Russ Hedges' show. And one of the things that was important to me that people know is, again, the only mistake you make is the mistake you don't make because you're afraid of making a mistake.
That's right.
I encourage everyone. And I
How
know
many
you're-
times have we said the word mistake during this live stream? You let us know.
Oh, okay.
All right.
1,
We don't math
2.
very well here, so you're going to have to let us know.
What I was
Yes.
saying was, I think,
Yes.
if I remember correctly, because when you interrupt me, I don't remember.
That's okay.
What was I saying?
I don't know. Good job.
You remember what I was saying?
I'm
Please put
just
it in
trying
the
to figure.
comments.
I'm just trying to make sure we don't repeat the same questions here. All
I
right.
think we have.
No, I don't think so. But
Oh,
we have a
remember.
question. Yo, you remember? Hold on. Hold that
Sorry,
thought
sorry,
for 1
sorry.
second.
thank you for your patience. That.
And she did it again.
No, wait, don't put it up. I'll
Oh,
think of
well,
it.
if I
Just
put
give
it
me
up,
a
maybe it'll
second.
come
No,
back
no,
to you.
no, just-
Yeah, here we go. So we have a great question from. I love your hair, by the way. Did you remember? Not yet.
I'm too busy pouting. 'cause I'm mad at
You can pout. I'll just read the question. How do you? And it'll come back to you, and then we'll stop and rinse and repeat. How do you not let fear stop you from? And it's back. She's got it. Go.
Okay, so that was saying the only mistake you make is the mistake you don't make because you're afraid of making a mistake. And when we were on, one of the things you got it
The only mistake you
You
make
make
is the
is the
mistake
mistake
you choose not to
to
make.
make because you think you're going to make a mistake.
That's
One of the most salute.
Thank
one,
you.
One of the most powerful thing about these mistakes is when they happen, you have just taken your biggest fear out of the way, right? You know you can handle it. You know you can move on. And honestly, when you make mistakes, often that's when people are like the most encouraging and supportive because you're real and honest and you're
It's
showing what
true.
it's like, and people get that.
Yes.
So let's answer the question.
All right, we're gonna go to the question. So the question is, how do you not let fear stop you from reaching out to people who believe you can have a profound impact in your professional life?
Mm.
How do you not let fear stop you from reaching out to people who you believe can have a profound impact in your professional life? You know, you use some very important words here, right? So I'm guessing what you're really saying is, let's use the real life examples, right? Nancy Deborah is the CEO of a company, and you believe that you can have a profound impact in your professional life by reaching out to her. Maybe you want to work for her in her company, whatever. Maybe you want her to be a mentor to you, but take the leap. Take the leap, because the biggest mistake you can make is not taking the step, right? However, one of the most impactful things you can do, because you use the words here, a profound impact, right? Let them know that you believe that they can have a profound impact
They already have.
on your life, that their brand, that their company has had a profound impact on your life. Let them know how and why they've made a profound impact on your life. Because remember, it's not about you. It's about them. You want them to know that you care, that you see them, that they've impacted your life and why they've impacted your life, and that their company, their brand has had such a profound impact on your life that that's why you want to work with them. That's why you want to be a part of their team.
Or why you want to connect with them. It doesn't
Yeah.
even yet have to be about the work.
Yes.
I still do this. I will see someone's post and maybe they're a second connection, or another friend tags me because they think it's something that I would benefit from seeing. And I will send a connect request saying, I was so moved by your post about such and such. I wanted to take the time to reach out and let you know, right? That's powerful. And people have done it for me, and it's humbling, but it's also, again, like, wow, thank you. It deserves an acknowledgement. And I think that most people's biggest fear is rejection, I would say, right?
Absolutely.
That's rejection. So
Absolutely. And it's
never
human,
right?
It's human. Like, we all go through. We've all been through it.
And it's never easy.
No, and it happens at all stages. It continues to happen.
Right.
I mean, it's really natural. It's really natural.
So the fear of being rejected is, Katie J is here.
Yes.
The fear of being rejected is a really natural one, and it's okay to be rejected. We're not all the right fit for one another. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It's like, okay, I live in Southern California, but in Seattle, Washington, where my brother lives, it rains a lot. In LA, hardly ever rains. Does that mean there's something wrong with LA or something wrong with Seattle? No, they're just different. So it's okay. Sometimes the universe will do you the favor of filtering out people who are not the best fit for you. And it's freeing up time for you to be spending time with, to be finding the people that are really most going to help you reach your highest level of success, of personal growth. So don't worry about the rejection. When you get the rejection, just give a silent thank you of like, okay, I know this is not where I have to put my energy. There's somewhere else it's going to be going.
The other thing too is if you don't hear back from people right away that you've reached out to in this scenario that who you believe can have a profound impact in your life professionally, remember that platforms, time, people spend more time in places than others. Don't take it personally.
I'm a slow responder.
They can't hear you.
I'm a slow responder.
And she likes to whisper.
I do. I'm a slow responder. And one of the reasons I'm a slow responder is when people send me a note like that, I want to give a thoughtful response.
Absolutely.
And if I'm quickly jumping on and it's one of my 10-minute social media time blocks and I'm just looking for things I can quickly do, you're not the person I'm going to get back to because you deserve a thoughtful response. I'm going to want to engage with you in a manner that shows how appreciative I am and how much I really do value our opportunity to connect, grow, and learn from one another.
Yeah. And hey, look, the worst thing that happens is that person responds back and says, I don't have the time for us to be able to work together. Thank you so much for reaching out. Or you don't hear anything. And again, more times than not, the reason is because they're so busy that they haven't had the chance to get to that yet to be able to respond to you. And again, I speak from experience, especially in a platform like LinkedIn that I've been on every day for almost 2 decades. So with so much happening, it gets hard to keep up with it all. It really does. All right, we have more questions I want to make sure we get to that came in advance. So we're going to do that. We've been live for you about 45 minutes and we'll be together for about an hour and a half. So we have time to be able to get through questions.
I may need a costume change.
A costume change.
Yeah.
Because you're glowing.
My personal.
Nancy Deborah is radiating real. Yes. Do you see it's happening? She's radiating so much. It's coming out of her hoodie. Yes. All right. So Natalia says, I don't know what to start posting on LinkedIn and if it's going to help me get a job. I don't want to post something that might deter future employers. Did we address that?
We did address it.
We did. Okay. Forgive me for that. Thank you again, Natalia, for that wonderful comment. We're going to address another one. Mohammed asks, when I post about my services, not many people see it, and I get a few likes. I work as a freelance developer. How can I increase reach on my posts?
I love this question.
That is a great question, Nancy Deborah. Why don't you kick that one off?
The simple answer is stop talking about business, right? Why? How can you get more reach? How can you get more likes? Stop talking about business. Move into that personal content. Move into who you are. Let people get to know you. And then it's not a problem every once in a while if you want to, right? Post something about what you do. But there's a way to do it that doesn't feel like a hard sell, right? And that's the art of it, is to really allow people to get to know you and then share stories of things that have helped you, right? Or things that you've done, or people who have shared with you ways that you've helped. It's always a great way to do it. But the first thing I want to tell you to do is to stop posting.
Don't whisper. They have to hear you.
Stop posting about your services.
Very quiet when she gets excited.
Profound. Yes. Stop posting about your services and start posting about you. Start weaving in that personal content, reminding you all again, personal and private are different. No one is asking you to rip open your chest and tell all of your secrets. It's not that at all. It's just starting to share a little bit of who you are in your everyday life. As Brian Schulman would say, walk around with your head on a swivel. When you're walking through life, what are the things that inspire you? Yes, that's you. What are the things, that's a bobblehead.
Bobblehead, yeah.
What are the things that inspire you? What are the things that make you go, post them, right? Post them. I was on my walk today, or saw this beautiful thing happen, an amazing interaction between so-and-so, or I'm running late, got caught in the rain. I look like a drowned poodle. Whatever it is. Drowned poodle. Yeah. I mean, maybe.
That image is, that's drowned. Poodles are very fluffy and then they get wet and they're just like this.
They become this tiny little
like thin thing.
Anyway, my point being is things in your day-to-day life are things that other people are going to relate to.
Yes.
You're going to help them, again, feel seen, heard, and valued. You're going to help them feel less alone. You're going to help them feel like they have a connection.
Yeah.
So my first immediate thing is stop posting about your services.
Start posting about things that you have interest in. Start getting personal. Start getting human, right? You have to show up for people to get to know you, like you, and trust you. And you have to show up so people they're going to want to pay attention to your content. I mean, that's literally what it comes down to. If you just start showing up on LinkedIn as an example, right? And just start posting about your business, no one's going to care about what you're talking about because they don't even know who you are, right? They want to know who the human is behind the business.
This person behind the curtain?
Yes. Who is the Wizard of Oz, right? Who is the Oz behind the curtain? So try and remember that, Mohammed, you are a freelance developer, but that's not who you are. That's something that you do, right? It is one part of who you are. It is one of your vibes, as we say. And there are so many other vibes that make up who you are, that get you excited. Why did you choose to be a freelance developer?
Talk about what got you into it, the experiences, who inspired you, or something like that.
There you go. And other things that you have interest in, that get you excited, that you're passionate about, right? Because those are the things that, again, you will find out other people have in common with you. And once you show up and you start sharing those things and you shine the light bright on others and you focus on others, they're going to care about what you're sharing. So it's why we had said earlier, engagement is one of the most important things that you can do when it comes to personal branding, because believe it or not, that starts to establish who you are, who your personal brand is, what your personal brand is. It shows you're a thoughtful, human, caring individual. You care about others. You take the time to engage with others, to lift others, to support others. That says a lot about who you are. You realize that you can establish your entire personal brand just engaging in the comments, not posting anything.
Well, and
it's
we
impact.
have a great example of that who was in the comments earlier. But first, just like in life, if you want people to be interested in you, you need to be interested in them.
That's right.
Right? That's how it works. That's how we invest with one another.
Yes.
Now, you want to talk about personal... you want to talk...
Thank you, Kenny. And your earrings. Thank you.
Yes. Say the dangling. You want to do the screenshot thing.
Man bun.
Katie J is exactly who I was talking about in terms of branding. Katie J is like literally the light of LinkedIn, and the man gives a greeting, right? Objection should only make... Yes. Sorry, I'm reading to myself and I'm mumbling apparently. But Katie J has a way of greeting people. And I'm surprised he didn't do it here yet today. But that's what makes him memorable, right? It's heartfelt. It's sensational. It makes you feel like $1 million.
There's something important that you just said. It makes you feel a certain way. Every time you see him show up in the comments, you feel a certain way.
I remember the first time I got like a Katie J real like scrumptiously delicious, edibly tasty. And
right? See, look at the smile on her face that she's gotten because of that. That's impact. You can have a profound impact on someone's life by showing up and engaging. Okay, so back to this question here. How can you increase your reach? And I'm bouncing back between banners and the images that I created. Nope, it's not Talia. And it's Mohammed. No, it wasn't. Was that it? Yes. When I post my services, not many people see it. And I get a few likes. And I'm a freelance developer. And how can I increase my reach on my posts? Again, it's not about you.
Forget about the numbers.
That's it. Forget about the numbers. Forget about the likes. Focus on others. Focus on community. Focus on shining your light on others. And I'm telling you, you will find out there will be more impactful reach, because it's not about how much, it's about impactful, right? Because as a freelance developer, you want to gain more business. Well, you just need one, right? One, which becomes another, which becomes another.
One more pre-question that we need to get to.
Yes, pre-question. Speaking of questions, we have more. Sarang asks, does posting more on LinkedIn result in more recruiters reaching out to me? Does posting on LinkedIn result in more recruiters reaching out to me? It absolutely can.
It depends on how you post.
You have to talk louder.
All right, it depends on how you... I think it's because you're really loud in my ear. They're like, I'm bringing my volume down. It's
Yeah,
like,
no, bring
to
it
try
up.
and get you to.
No,
Okay.
they need to be able to hear you.
I understand.
They can see you.
I think it's I'm going to just ignore the man next to me. I think it's a matter of how you post, what you post, how you engage, right? All of those things that we've been talking about. It certainly can get you seen more. Absolutely, it can get you noticed. If you're posting the way we've been talking about, if you're human first, heart first, if you're sharing about you, if you're out there commenting, right? Commenting thoughtfully on other people's posts and live streams, then yes, it certainly can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we want to make sure that we're letting you all know that we see you and that we hear you and that we appreciate you. We're loving all of your comments. Thank you so much. And we appreciate you.
Post, tag us.
Yes, absolutely. We're actually gonna give you an action item here. Luis says, my English is poorly, but can understand all, but my are important, but they are important to my. I'm getting Luis is getting his health back. Yes, absolutely.
It sounds a little bit like an apology there. So
yeah, no, we're not taking your apology
for being human, and we don't take apologies for when life happens.
Yes. Mythbelly says, be more personal than professional. Personal is professional. Right? I mean, look at how we are with you right now. We're the two lunatics here. We're having a good time, right? We're rolling with the flow. We're personal. We're not, hi, how are you? Yes. What do we not do?
We didn't introduce ourselves, which we did last time we did formal bios.
That's true.
And then we actually went into personal content, and we played a game. So we
played a game.
Introduce each
other.
Straight to.
We can play a game again.
Okay.
I like games. Yes. Too many people are interested in you. Yes, Kenny D.
I am more than a certified electron
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. I can never say.
Microscopy. Yes, microscopy. This happened live when we were on a show, and it took over half the show because Tim Sohn, who's not here right now. Thank you, Tim. Yes, microscopy could be said in so many different ways, but it is so true. Yes, be more personal than more professional.
And understand
personal, and yes,
that personal is professional.
It is. This is actually a really good question. So, how do you self-brand? Let me actually make sure that I get. Thank you. There we go.
Great one.
No, it's a great question. Yeah. How do you self-brand an introverted person?
As an introverted person.
Yes. Now, okay, good question. So, I have many friends on LinkedIn, fellow creators that are very introverted, and they don't get on video. However, they'll show up and they'll do context-based posts. They might do some posts that have some imagery involved as well, but they don't get on camera. It's just not their jam. Now, you want to know the person behind the name, behind the image, right? Sharing context with that and stories. It's all about the stories. It's the stories that we fall in love with behind the people that help you get to know one another. So, Sadia, it's okay if you're introverted. You don't have to show up and do this because I know it's uncomfortable. However, getting comfortable being uncomfortable is a good thing. That's how you grow. That's how you learn. And that's how you stretch who you are today to who you're going to become. Okay. So we're going to actually give you guys an exercise here real quick. Okay. We want you to pick up your phones wherever you are.
You too, Katie J.
Yes, Kenny D. Pick up your phones. Let me actually remove this banner here.
I have something actually I want to add to this too.
Yes, Nancy Deborah. We want you to pick up your phones. I'm going to actually do it this way this time.
But you've got to turn around.
I need to turn around.
All right. Well, I can take a picture of the man bun if you want.
No. We're gonna take a picture. We want you you're gonna see the back of our heads. So don't do it yet.
Don't do it yet.
Don't do it yet. We're gonna take a picture.
And you're going to be able to see my entirely messy house, which is wonderful.
All right. Now, I'm going to take a picture right now, and we want you guys to do the same. We're going to take a picture right now. I'm going to count. Ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3. There you go. All right, we took a picture. We hope you took a picture as well. If you didn't, we can do it again. And you can tell us if you didn't take a picture. Let us know, because this is something that we are going to have you do as an exercise. We want you to post about our live stream together today. Together, all of us together. Something you took away from it. You were impacted in some way. You learned something. Tag Nancy Deborah Barrows, Brian Schulman. Tag Upkey. Tag at Voice Your Vibe. There's a couple reasons as to why we're asking you to do these things. 1, you're posting. 2, you're sharing. 3, you're shining the light bright on others, individual as well as companies, right? And 4, you're posting. I said that already. I'm saying it again. You're posting. It's a step, right? Now, if you're paying attention to who's in the comments, maybe you tag some of those people that you see showing up in the comments. Hey, so-and-so, it was great to be with you on the live stream.
There you go. And I think the most important piece on that one is, well, that you do it, right? You try. You're introverted, and I know it's uncomfortable. And that discomfort, if you are in that discomfort and you start to tolerate it a little bit, you're growing. And one of the things that when I speak and when I am working with clients, I tell them all the time that really important is that you focus on shining the light on others. It's not about you. So it takes the pressure off of you. You're shining the light on other people. You can be completely introverted and still shine your light on someone else.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because if you don't want to get on camera and be seen here, showing up in the comments, no one physically sees you, right? But they do see you. They see you from what you're sharing. And from here, from the heart.
You can share events. You can invite people, share events on your page. You can, bring content to people that's valuable. If you see a post that you think is valuable to someone, comment and at them, tag them in the comments, or, that kind of thing.
So how do you self-brand as an introverted person? You start showing up and supporting others in the community. Remember that you start showing up and supporting others in the community. You shine your light bright on others.
And again, there are ways to do it where you don't have to share. Oh, me too.
Kenny D, by the way, is a great example. He is an extrovert introvert.
Yes.
He is. He is an extroverted introvert. He does not like getting on camera. I can count on one hand the number of times it's happened, and probably 4 out of the 5 has been with us in different capacities. Yes. So understand, Kenny is a great example of how you self-brand as an introverted person, just like that.
Well, also you do some great things where you post things that are like, have a great day. Just remember you're awesome today, right? It's totally shining the light on others. And there's nothing really as an introvert, you're just sharing a little love with other people. And it's a great way to start to build your community, because people will comment. And again, you're gonna tag all the people we said to tag. Oh my gosh.
2 a.m. in South Africa, and you're literally in bed and it's winter. There you go. See, relatable.
So that screenshot you took, right?
Yes.
This is part of your copy.
Absolutely, it is. Right now, we're gonna do it right now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Take that picture. Hit screenshot. You're in bed. Hit the button on your phone. If you have an iPhone, hit the side and the side button. But
I have the bottom one.
You do. Shout out to that. So remember, it's not related. It's just at the end of the day, it's about relatability, right? I've done many keynotes with you, Upkey fam, and I have shared with you the most important thing you can do is just be human. Just be human, and know that by being human and sharing things that get you excited and that you're passionate about and you're inspired by, sharing those things are,
trust me, somebody else is doing the same thing you are. That's in bed watching it. It's not unusual. So put it out there and let other people know, hey, you're not alone, and it's really fine.
It is totally. I'm going to see. I think we did. We did that. So we addressed it. Fantastic. Okay. Want to make sure we get some more questions if you have them. But remember, it's all about the person behind the brand, personal branding, person. It's about the person behind the brand, the person behind the resume, the person behind the title. Nancy Deborah is a 5-time best. That's me, actually.
That's you.
Yeah, you did this last time. We did
Yeah,
it.
I introduced you.
You introduced me, and I introduced you, and yeah. But notice, just give you examples, right? You hear this, and you're sitting there going, "Wow, how is this person ever going to respond to me?" Because the Queen of Engagement, named one of the top 50 most impactful people of LinkedIn in 2021, keynote speaker and coach who helps others understand the value and power of personal and content on social media. And through a program, The Chick with the Tool Belt, Nancy helps others meet their highest personal potential, and in building robust revenue streams, she's partnered with clients on showing up and finding their voice and fully engaging their community across platforms and media guiding. Yes. And as an entrepreneur who has 20 plus years of experience working as a speech pathologist, yes, this whisperer, the speech pathologist who has impacted people's lives in ways you couldn't even imagine, focusing on the area of social cognition, and passionate about her work, which helps individuals connect in meaningful ways with others and build a community by strengthening communication skills and interpersonal relationships. And she's live every Wednesday and Saturday with me for the global award-winning shows What's Good Wednesday and Shout Out Saturday. And wow.
Yeah, she sounds like she's done a lot.
Like she sounds like she has. She sounds like she's done a lot. So you sit there and go, well, how is she gonna ever engage with me? Remember that little gray cat that you've seen rolling across the screen? Hey, Nancy Deborah. Oh my gosh, I saw you live in your little gray girl cat, and I have 3 cats too. I don't, but I have 3 cats too, and I wanted to let you know, I'm a cat mom as well, and relatability. Remember, it's about relatability. It's not, oh my gosh, how is this incredible woman with this incredible experience gonna want to relate with me, who is a third-year student in college that doesn't even have a job yet? And relatability.
You're exactly the person that I want to connect with, actually. That's it. And here's the thing is, and we'll get into this in a second, is while all that is true about me, the idea would be, right, that's what I've done. It's not who I am. And that doesn't come through. And so that's another great point. It's really important to go look at people's content. After this is over, please go look at my content and you will get a really good idea of who I am. And hopefully you feel like I'm approachable. That's the whole idea. Yes, I've done all those things. Yes, they are important. Yes, I'm incredibly proud of them, but they are not who I am.
Yes. So we want to help you get seen, heard, and valued. How do you build that personal brand? This is your beginning and we're helping to give you some tips and tricks and some insights into how to start. And the most important thing you do is just start. Today is the first step. It's the first step. We asked you to take a picture. If you hadn't taken a picture yet, then we can do that again. We can do it. We can do it. Yes, always with that. So hang on a second here.
Mine's Amir's name up again.
Yeah, we'll do.
We could just sit
We'll do that. And go shout out to Amir. Yeah. There you go. We just took a screenshot. You can take a screenshot as well at any point and post with that. Tag as we shared, right? You're shining your light bright on others. It's a first step. One of the things that we did. Yes. Hi, how are you? What?
We didn't do your bio or the get to know us part yet.
Oh, did you want to do that?
You were
complete the circle?
I feel like it's.
I'm a kind of a squirrel here, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
So the point would be is that I'm going to introduce Brian to you, and then we are going to play a little game.
Yeah, we'll play a game.
Okay, so deep breath. A 6-time best-selling international author, keynote speaker known as the godfather and pioneer of LinkedIn video, Brian Shulman is one of the world's premier live streaming and video marketing experts. His insights and 2 global award-winning shows have been featured on NASDAQ, Forbes, Thrive Global, Yahoo Finance, Roku TV, The CW, multiple #1 best-selling books, and is syndicated on a smart TV network. Brian has impacted business culture to move forward with a heart-centered growth mindset. With almost 2 decades on LinkedIn and 20 plus years of proven digital marketing experience strategizing with Fortune 500 brands across the globe, Brian founded and is CEO of Voice Your Vibe, which brings his wealth of knowledge as an advisor and mentor to founders, C-suite executives, and their teams by providing a workshop. I'm going to pass out from a lack of air.
Just like,
well, Sorry, I am reading and I want to get it right. Anyway, then I'm going to stop. Your point being is you're very impressive. You're very impressive, and sometimes being impressive makes you intimidating.
It can, and you know, Nancy Deborah didn't know all these things, and you know that I was recognized as the LinkedIn top voice and a 3-time top 50 most impactful people of LinkedIn, and
did I not get enough?
2-time LinkedIn Global Leader of the Year, and all of these incredible accolades. And honestly, I sit there and go, wow, I want to meet that person too. But see, Nancy Deborah didn't know all that when she reached out to me for the first time to schedule time to talk. And she said if she had known those things, she might not have. But what we're sharing with you is how it's very easy to be intimidated by those things. Don't let it stop you.
And I met the human first, right? I had
That's
the interaction
it.
with the human first.
That's exactly
so
right.
So to bring this back to personal, we're going to give you the 2 truths and a lie.
Oh, yes. 2 truths and a lie.
Okay.
All right. So you have our bios, and now we're going to play a little game. So it's 2 truths and a lie.
Okay. So
yes.
Number 1, and you can put in the comments if you think the lie is number 1, number 2, or number 3.
Okay.
Yeah. I was named a national semi-finalist, Little Miss Half Pint for Carvel ice cream. That's number 1. Yeah. Why are you messing with me?
Go ahead.
Yeah. I rescued a 14-year-old from drowning at Yosemite National Park. Number 3, I broke my arm when I fell off a horse when I was 8 years old.
All right. So now it's your time.
So number 1, tell us which you think is the lie. Number 1, I was named a national semi-finalist, Little Miss Half Pint for Carvel ice cream. I rescued a 14-year-old from drowning at Yosemite National Park. Or I broke my arm when I fell off a horse when I was 8 years old.
Yep, there you go. So which one is the lie? Let us know in the comments.
Because nothing in my bio, nothing we just shared would tell you any of this information.
Very true.
We gotta look at the comments.
Well, we're going to do that.
I have no cats.
Kennedy says, I have no cats. Yeah. He's the only animal that lives here. All right. Number 3, we say number 3 is the lie.
Live from bed in South Africa.
That's
number
right.
3 is the lie.
2:15 in the morning.
In the middle of the night. All right. Well, because we have a limited amount of time, I'm going to tell you. You're correct. It is the lie.
Hey, there you go.
I never fell off a horse and broke my arm. I was a national semifinalist for Carvel ice cream, but when they would not give me ice cream, I decided that I was going to quit. That didn't seem fair to me, apparently, in my little 5-year-old self. And I did save a 14-year-old from drowning at Yosemite National Park, and but never fell off a horse and broke my arm. Ryan Shulman.
Okay, there we go. So 2 truths and a lie. I founded a fraternity, was a member of founding a fraternity in, I want to make sure I get the wording right so you guys, can figure out.
Get disqualified.
Yeah, I don't want to DQ here. Founded a fraternity in the 90s. Nancy Deborah has finger. One of my kids goes to Princeton University. Being on video came naturally to me. Tell us in the comments which you think is the lie.
Number 1.
Founded a fraternity in the 90s. One of my kids goes to Princeton. Being on video came naturally to me. Naturally to me.
It's your eyes that tell me. Yeah, I know. The funny thing is, if I would have just said them and not read.
Eyes that. Was it your eyes?
I would have just told you and not read them. It probably would have been a lot better.
Yes. All right. So let me know which one you think is the lie. Founded a fraternity in the 90s. One of my kids goes to Princeton University. Being on video came naturally to me. Kenny D says number 3. He thinks number 3 is the lie. Fo, what do you think? Okay, thinks number 3 as well. All right. Well, you're right. Number 3 was the lie. I do have a son that goes to Princeton, just finished his freshman year at Princeton. I was a founder of my fraternity in the 90s, and being on video did not come naturally to me. No, I have made thousands of videos. I got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And yeah, something that was not natural to me at all. And slowly but surely, I got a little bit less uncomfortable getting in front of the camera. Now, you guys may be having the same experience, or maybe precursor to that experience, going, I'm not getting on camera. No way. And I understand that, because I was the same as well. And the best thing you can do is just start. Don't take yourself so seriously. Laugh at yourself. Keep those videos when you do all that. Just start. Create a video journal for yourself.
So funny, because I was more comfortable live than video, which seems so backwards. Like, I did fine live, and still to this day, backwards.
Backwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll just let that one.
Okay.
Which for a lot of people, it's the opposite, right? If you can video, you can record it, you can make it perfect. For me, that was so much harder than just being live.
Oh,
okay. Oh, you thought it was?
Both thought it was too. No, I do. I have
know.
A freshman at Princeton and a junior at Berkeley.
He looks too young. Right?
Yes, that's
too young
right.
to have children.
Yes, exactly. Kenny D, did I jump out an airplane twice? Truth or lie?
I mean, I could see you doing it.
I could see you screaming for sure. I mean,
or we're gonna get oh honey, I wouldn't do that.
Oh honey, yeah. But
all right, well,
yes, just start. Just start. The most important thing is to just start.
Please.
And pay attention to your reminders as they pop up on your phone. Yeah, just start. It truly is the most important thing that you can do. You can get in your head about everything. This whole process we're talking about when it comes to self-branding and getting started. Yeah, I think it is too. He's a good screamer.
You do have to connect.
Yeah, you guys got to connect.
You all should connect. But
Absolutely.
KDJ is someone definitely to have in your community.
Yes.
We have about 10 minutes left.
Wow, we do. That's crazy. How did that go by so fast? That's amazing.
Does.
Yes. So listen, the important thing is really about showing up, right? It's about showing up and sharing you with others so people can get to know you, right? You're trying to accomplish a number of different things. Just don't stick your hand in someone's. Pointing is a bad thing. Yeah, it's not nice to do. But sharing personal content, how you are your brand, that you're not selling a product, you're not selling a service, but letting people fall in love with you, because it's you, the human, they're going to fall in love with. And that the videos, they'll see the content that they will see. And, giving tips on how to do that, right? Share the tips that you learn with others, because people are going through the same experience you are in building their personal brand. They don't know what they're doing. They're sitting there going, I don't know how to do this. I can't do this. But you're sharing tips with me that maybe will help me learn along the way.
And we all have an impactful, important story that is going to inspire us.
Yes.
Keep that in mind as you're posting and sharing yourself. And I'm sure you've seen other people's posts who they've shared their story or bits and pieces of their story, and you have felt the same. So really what we want you to do, obviously, is start. Be you. Show up. Engage thoughtfully and let it happen.
Yes.
Let the magic happen. Isn't that, can you hear me again?
Yeah, you're good. I was making sure.
The courses
really
will
quiet when you get excited.
The courses will remain available in the series.
Yes.
At upkey.com.
Yes.
Please reach out to both Brian and myself if we are not connected, and send us a connect request with a note, a little message that says, hey, saw you guys live, and whatever else you want to add, just so we know it was you and we saw you here. Again, another great way. When you don't get that personal note, it's kind of hard if your mailbox is full to, take the time to get to know everyone. And when there's a personal note, I certainly appreciate that, and I tend to get back to those people more quickly, for better or for worse.
Yeah, just keep it human. Keep it human. Remember, heart first, human first. That's how you're going to truly connect with other human beings. If you do that, and if you share stories and share things that you have a passion and a love for, you're going to connect with people you never thought you would connect with. You're going to impact and inspire others you never thought would take place. And you're going to show up in ways and build community in ways that you never thought would be possible. That's what Kenny did. Honey, yes, I did. And you can totally hear Kenny D saying that when he says it. You can totally hear him saying it. And he did. Oh my God, he jumped out of a plane twice. That's crazy. I could see him doing. I just can't see him doing. Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, as we wrap up, español.
Do you speak
un
poquito?
I understand more than I can speak.
Yes.
And there's always Google Translate.
I understand more than I can speak too.
In English.
In all languages. Yes, absolutely. So we so appreciate each and every one of you. We want you to reach out, as Nancy Deborah shared, and connect with us. Let us know that you were joining us live today, as we shared with you in completion of today's closing ceremonies of this live stream. Mariella shares, listen to these two amazing coaches. I did and have found amazing friendships, connections, and hope. We love you, Mariella.
The other thing we want to do is invite you to our shows. Our two
live
shows.
Our two global award-winning live shows. Yes, these two global award-winning live shows right here. Oh, we have got to do the filter thing. Hang on, we're gonna just change our filters here. Here, well, which one did we figure actually does two of them?
I'm not sure. It's okay.
Does that do? Yes, it does. Hey, how are you? Voice your vibe, just like that. We just told you to voice your vibe. Yeah. All right. You can go and you can check out these two global award-winning live shows. And don't just check them out, you guys. There is a QR code right here. Needs everyone want you point. No, other arm. No, they can't see that. There you go.
Oh,
wow, where's your hand?
Where's my hand?
Hey, there it is. It's right there. Here, we're going to get it really close for you guys. Oh, hey, look at how cool that is. The filter's actually on top of our faces.
Point being is that come to our live shows.
Come to our live shows. You can be a guest on either of our two global award-winning live shows. What's Good Wednesday Live? That would be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Lip Sync Battle.
Yes, LinkedIn Lip Sync Battle. We're gonna have a good time. It's like it's a party. It really is. It really is.
What are you gonna do?
I'm trying to. No. This one will work good if I can find it. We have 5 minutes. Yes. It's a party. It's a party. We're going to have a good time together. Party here. There we go. Hey, there we go. It just switches by moving our faces and stuff like that. Yeah. It's a party. Thank you so much. You can come and join us to have some fun. The key is having fun, right? Not about business. Show up, have fun, share the good, give shout outs to others, making a positive impact in your life. You can join us live through the comments to be a guest, and you will get seen, heard, recognized by others that may not have seen you otherwise. And you'll get comfortable being comfortable in front of the camera.
Let us celebrate you.
Yes.
Come celebrate.
We want to come celebrate you. Come join us in Vegas at the MGM. No idea.
And this is a lot of the show goes.
This is just like this. Exactly. But we're going to have a good time together, and we'd like to have you join us. You can put it on full screen if you want. Fabulous. Maria added the QR code as a brand image. Well, how incredibly cool are you? Oh, look, she did it. Hey, there you go. So you too can join us live on the show. Pick up your phone, put it on that QR code right there, and it'll take you to our link tree where you'll find all the social handles, where you can find those best-selling books, where you can see the shows, which is where we provide the green room link. Yes, that's right. And we're excited to have you join us for some full force funness, right? Full force funness. Yes, full force funness, because we're going to have a great time together. It's what we do, but we do want to make sure that you post on LinkedIn, you guys. You know, LinkedIn, that place where incredible things happen. This place, LinkedIn. Yeah, just like that. So we want you to come and join us on LinkedIn for some full force funness, where we have a good time together. Why? Because incredible things happen when we come together. Yes, they do. So you come and join us. We hope that you've enjoyed the courses in this incredible series and Upkey and Voice Your Vibe collaboration on how to find your voice, intro to self-branding. You learn how to know your why, how to find your voice and make an impact. You've learned why personal content through video, by the way, why personal content engagement are your most powerful self-branding tools. You learned about burnout. You learned about the mistakes you have to make in building your personal brand, and you as a brand building around what matters. You will get your certificates in full completion of these courses and the live streams, which are presented by Voice Your Vibe's executive team, as well as you've seen his name. We pulled it up a few times. Yeah. There it is again, before by accident, now on purpose. Our buddy Amir, founder and CEO of Upkey. And I am Brian Schulman.
And I am Nancy Barrows, and we are so grateful that you joined us this evening. We appreciate you. Thank you for your wonderful questions, your participation, and we will thank you in advance for the Connect request and for showing up on the shows and allowing us to celebrate you. It's been amazing.
It has been absolutely incredible. We cannot wait to see your posts on LinkedIn. Be sure to tag us once you've taken those screenshots. Share what you've learned. Share what fun you've had. Share whatever it is you're feeling. Don't forget to tag Nancy Gepper, Brian Schulman. Tag our friends at Upkey. Tag Voice Your Vibe. And get ready to join us for some fun. This is the first step in your journey of building your self-brand. We're going to just dance. Here we go. This is called Social Just Dance. Maria, turn on your camera and come dance with us. That's okay.
Okay, we show up every
We're in
Saturday.
jammies too every Saturday. If you've had a good time, if you've been inspired, if you've enjoyed yourself, tell us in the comments right now. Let us know right now, those of you that are still watching, in addition to us.
Or if you're in Team Replay.
Or if you're in Team Replay, absolutely 1,000,000%. Tell us in the comments because we will see that. We will come back. We will let know you've seen it. We want to thank our friends at Upkey for your huge hearts, for being you, for making everyone in the Upkey fam feel seen, heard, and valued, for collaborating to put this incredible series together. You are absolutely amazing. We appreciate you. We can't wait to see you post with your certificates.
Do you believe you can make it in your field?
We know you can. Yes, we know you can.
We're going to say, I knew when.
That's
I
right.
knew them when.
We knew when.
I knew them when.
So you've got 2 posts you can make immediately. One from today, second with that certificate and what you've shared or what you've learned. Give thanks, give gratitude, because that's when the magic happens. We love you.
Win on others.
All right, get out there, Voice Your Vibe, radiate real. See you soon, all.